I have to be very careful here. I'm in danger of ripping a hole through space and time where we'll all be lost and bored out of our minds. Primarily because I'm doing a video on someone trying to watch one of my videos. I say try because he's a leftist and therefore was naturally unable to even understand what I had to say and prove me right on every pattern recognition trait I pinned on him. Oh look, a video that has now been unlisted, geez, I wonder why. So to give it TLDR here, this bloke, Alec Gunter, made a slimy video on a buddy of mine, Lavender, a fellow monarchist. And you know when you use the word fascism on the thumbnail, in the title, and start off the video by saying, as a leftist, I use the word fascist a lot, and then proceed to give the most limp-wristed, disconnected definition of fascism ever uttered in all of human history? Do forgive me if I happen to conclude you're an imbecile in all of 60 seconds. So he tried to watch one of my videos for his stream because I wouldn't come on his show and debate him. I mean, why the hell would I? Why would I bother debating someone who says, I'm willing to accept if I'm wrong, if you can prove it, and he uses words he will redefine for his own political purposes? Engaging with that is just a waste of frickin' time, but anyway, let's watch.
You should wear a dress on live. I've worn a dress before. I mean, I'm not opposed to it.
I am not remotely surprised by that. Oh, and by the way, the past tense of wear is worn. It's gonna be a long video, isn't it?
So there's somebody who came into my comment section recently. It was on a certain video of mine. It was the video about the guy who's definitely not a fascist. Dubsy, if you could put up the thumbnail, please, I'd really appreciate that. It's a recent one. I think it's like the second to last one I uploaded. And this guy's named the Aristocratic Utensil. And he was not happy with my video about that because he said that my definition of fascism was lacking.
It wasn't just lacking, it was straight up stupid.
And fair enough, I do think that I gave a lacking definition of fascism.
You know, you would think if you make a video about it, you would want to know what the hell you're talking about. Then again, you're a leftist. This kind of ignorance is part and parcel of being a leftist.
And I would refer you guys to, oh man, I can't remember now the guy's name. Let me search for it. Tina told me, actually. Here we go. Umberto Eco. Let me refer you guys to Umberto Eco's definition.
Ah, yes. Wikipedia, of course. I'd expect nothing less from a wannabe discount Vorsch clone.
Lists 14 general properties of fascist ideology, argues that it is not possible to organize these into a coherent system, but that it is, quote, enough that one of them be present to allow fascism to coagulate around it. He uses the term Eurofascism as a generic description of different historical forms of fascism. The 14 properties are as follows, and you can read them all here. You got like the cult of the tradition, fear of difference, and which is the one that I focused in on, right? And you can form fascism around the fear of difference.
Fear of differences, often in the form of racism or an appeal against foreigners and immigrants. You're a leftist, no wonder you saw that one out. That attitude is not even political, because you're not telling me what is driving that fear or dislike of the other. If they intend to conquer or subjugate you, well, then guess what? The hatred of the other is pretty justified.
You know? So, I mean, like, I tackled one of the core tenets of it. I know that it was not a very solid definition that I gave, but at least I fucking gave one, first of all.
That's not a definition of fascism. That's basically just a condition, which can be present in damn near any situation or society.
And second of all, if you want to know more about it, go look up Umberto Eco's 14 Tenets. Now, here's the thing about the Aristocratic Utensil. He made a video about me. It's called Slimy Leftist Tries to Debate Me. Tries to bait me. No dice, kid. Okay? Now, how did this video come about? Well, it came about because I replied to his comment saying, holy, the level of stupid in the first minute of this video quotes people who have an in-group and out-group. You just labeled all Jews fascists. All lol. This is damn near all of recorded human history. This is some good stuff. So I replied, I said, hey, I see you're a content creator as well. Lavender has yet to reply to my offer to come on stream. Lavender was the guy that I was critiquing in that video. But I'll extend that offer to you as well. I'm more than willing to accept when I'm wrong if you can prove it. Yeti Utensil replied, why on earth would I bother with someone as disingenuous as you? Pal, if you openly lie on a video, why on earth would anyone bother talking to you on a live stream? Debating leftists is always a waste of time. It's like trying to convince a heroin addict to go to rehab when they're in the middle of getting high. So we got a little of, you know, addiction hating in there as well.
Don't you just love the slimy way he reads that? And secondly, I didn't make fun of addicts, you get. It's called an analogy. Because leftists are so up their own arse that trying to describe the realities of life to you is like trying to talk sobriety to someone who's high as a kite. Sorry if that flew over your head, it won't be the only thing.
So then, I made a community post that says, just want to make sure it's on the record that Yeeted Utensil refuses to debate me or any leftist. That being the case, I'll be sure to pick out a nice video of his and go over it live for you guys viewing pleasure. As always, don't interact with this person.
Now, question for you. What was the point of this post? Make sure it's on record. For who exactly?
Now, this was before he made a video on me. And I gotta tell you guys, I'm not interested. I'm straight up just not interested in this video that he made on me.
I wonder why.
Not gonna look at it, don't give a shit, do not care. Because you know what?
Now, if you look at the video there, you will notice there is a bit of red on my video, which means he did in fact watch some of it. Now, being the thorough kind of monocled man that I am, I took the screenshot, measured the pixel length of the thumbnail versus the red, calculated the percentage of red to the seconds of the video, which came out roughly to over a minute of video. Shut up, I'll go outside and touch grass later. The last thing he heard, if my thumbnail is anything to go by, is me saying he did a cheap smear job on my buddy Lavender and I don't follow the usual etiquette of punching down. I wonder why he stopped there.
I tried to get him to come on to stream and he refused. He refused. You know, I tried to have an honest and open dialogue with the guy, and he said that he just called me dishonest and said that he refused.
Again, smear job, you make up definitions. Why would I bother debating you?
Now, I am many things, okay? You can call me stupid, you can call me a moron, you can call me an idiot, you can call me a slackjaw, perhaps. That's a popular one. But, you know, I'm not dishonest, I don't think.
You're a leftist. Dishonesty is a requirement. Secondly, not wanting to watch my video tells me how much of a coward you really are. If you're that confident in your own work and views, and you watched enough to where you heard me say you did a cheap smear job on a buddy of mine, and I perhaps misrepresented you, or the statement is false, you can easily watch the video and whoop my ass for your audience. My chin is jutted out in arrogant confidence looming over you, wide open for a shot. So if you think you have the metal, kid, try me.
I'm not dishonest. I mean, only I can know that, I guess, but, you know, I don't think I come off that way or anything like that.
Even though I literally explained to you why in the comment section. Dishonest and a slow learner, I mean, my word.
But I kind of want to interact with them. Just don't. Guys, the reason that I say don't interact with these people is because they're going to take it as harassment and then run a mile with it, okay?
No, I won't. I'll just think it's funny watching the witless lemmings try.
Where does this bring us? Well, I decided that I wanted to go over a video of his, and I found a pretty damn good one. This is called Meet DignifAI, the AI that dresses women in beautiful modesty. Now, DignifAI, here, let me pull up a picture for you. Here we go. So this gives you a good idea of what DignifAI does, okay? It takes a picture of a woman who is dressed scantily, or whatever you want to call it, and puts them in a more modest outfit, like this, okay? Like, it's so stupid. It's the dumbest thing in the world. And also, this button-up does not fit, like, the sleeves. Like, it's just bizarre. It's bizarre. Yeah, can't ever see the tatas, yeah. The natural fucking human body. Remember, this is just sexism, because they'd never say it if a guy were to wear an outfit like this. They would never say anything.
Actually, if a guy wore that outfit, they'd be made fun of, let's be real. And secondly, yeah, because men and women are not the same. They're not equal.
Yeah, always the button up. Pronounced dignify? I'm calling it DignifAI. I'm not dignifying it, if you will.
So you're content with looking stupid for the sake of not dignifying a mimetic piece of tech. Way to pick your battles, dude.
Grade A would love this. Grade A would absolutely love this. That's what all the conservatives. So let's take a look. Now, I'm sure that he's a very well-spoken chap, right? Yeah, actually, let me look at his about page real quick before we get started. An African monarchist. Off to a great start.
Pal, yours is another leftist content creator and your pronouns. Don't you dare judge me.
Lover of whiskey. Well, I am also a lover of whiskey, so I can't speak on that. But yeah, there you go. So that's all we're getting is an African monarchist. So he's a monarchist, so he wants a king, right? He wants a king that he can bow down to and kiss his feet and worship. I don't bow to kings, okay? No gods, no kings. I'm my own god and my own king, my friend. I don't do it. You can't force me. I will die first. I'll die first. You can't force me to bow.
Okay, here's a new rule. Anyone who has pronouns in their bio cannot tell me they won't bow. You're a lolcow. You're a progressive. You want a benevolent state apparatus larger than any kingdom in all of human history. You want to bow down before bureaucracy, whether you realize this or not. In your case, probably not.
So anyway, let's get started with the aristocratic utensil on Meet DignifAI, the AI that dresses women in beautiful modesty.
Just say Dignify, you stuck-up twat.
Without further ado, should be a fun little watch.
It's kind of surreal seeing my intro from this angle. Ah, yes, we must have all of...
He's a spoon.
You say this like we couldn't see you've already watched some of my video on you. This is not an organic reaction, this is as staged as your political takes, lad.
Spoons. Using... Okay, I've got an idea. Using mainly spoons.
The whiskey. Now, chaps, we're heading into some very, very strange places. This tumbling is already so bollocksed up. Who the hell knows where we'll all end up? In hell, probably, but anyway. I saw Callum from the Lotus Eaters shared this on the Twitter. I wasn't sure if he just saw it on 4chan or the autist brigade of memeing overlords that reside there actually made this. But I spoke with him and he said, nah, it's definitely their handiwork, so glorious either way.
Of course it's from fucking 4chan, by the way. Where else would it be from?
Literally anywhere else, because 4chan is known as a pit of degeneracy, so to see it crank out something wholesome is, yeah, kind of strange.
Yeah, rant Sona.
It is. Now, it's no surprise.
Why would I listen to a spoon?
This kid is the attention span of a 5-year-old hooked up to an IV of sherbet. And yes, that is a Yahtzee joke, well done for noticing.
Like, Why am I taking words from a spoon? You know what I mean?
Why are people in his chat saying my accent is fake? I pronounce words properly. Try it sometime, maybe then you won't sound like you enjoy licking bike chains.
Lotus Eaters is Sargon's org? Oh, of course. Yeah, I don't know much about Sargon, but yeah, that checks out.
Surprised that in the present day in the West,
I
women have absolutely no sense of shame, consequences, or
women
even seem to be able to understand the concept of dignity. Remember how feminism was sold as, oh, women are so much more than just their bodies? Yeah, as it turns out, no, collectively, they don't have...
This is such an ugly fucking dress. Look at this. Dubsy zooming on it. It's so fucking ugly. Jesus Christ, man.
Have you noticed he's not paying attention to anything I'm actually saying?
Ugh.
Have the capacity or skill set to hang with the men, and instead they just want to parade around and do things in skimpy outfits with money being thrown at.
Why do we care what someone wears? Misogyny, that's what.
Cliched slogan, who else had that on their bingo card? I'm betting probably most of you.
That's why.
Who'd have thought? Now, sex sells, that is no surprise, which is why the AI coming into play here.
DignifAI seems to be equally trolling toward both sides. Yes, but we're critiquing their use of it.
Yeah, it's so amusing. The AI in question is called Dignify. Fitting name, isn't it? It's simple. It takes the undignified and makes them dignified. Dresses them in proper attire. As you can see
late
here,
60s, early 70s.
Photos I chose.
Ew, what? Hold up.
Dresses them in proper attire. As you can...
Okay, I don't even think I'm allowed to show that, honestly. Well, he's showing it, so... But Dubsy censored anyway for the video. I don't care if the live stream gets dinged, but the video I don't want to. I mean, not the worst dress, I guess, but like, also, this is just not the point of the picture. The point of the picture is to be sultry. You are just ruining the point of the picture. And also, if you don't want to look at it, don't look at it. You know, like, I feel like they're always going around being like, oh, well, look at, you're not dressed the way that I want to. Okay, and? They don't dress up for you. They do it for themselves and the people that they love.
I didn't realize internet likes and dopamine hits of digital validation now counts as people they love. It's rather dystopian. Also, the deeper critique of this level of trolling, frankly, is just wasted on a mind this dim-witted and primitive.
Okay, it's not for you.
Yeah, here's a few photos I
and yeah,
chose
damn,
that I thought
by
did
the
a
way.
pretty good job.
Okay, I'm not interested. Oh, God. The buttons are like bleeding into the jacket. Ew. God.
Even removes the tattoo.
What? You removes the tattoos? Why?
Because they look better. Do you perhaps want a coloring book? I feel like this would suffice for your level of brain activity.
For what, though? Okay.
Has a fashion sense as well.
This one isn't even bad. This one is just, like, cultural, it looks like. Like, I don't know, it looks... It's fine. This one is like a cultural fashion piece, right?
Sure, if that culture was stripper glitter in Vegas.
Yeah, tattoo bad. True.
Well, now, doesn't it? And that's basically it. And at first I thought, this is pretty funny. And yes,
It's
the women do
stupid.
look much more dignified, but one of my subs sent me a screenshot on 4chan about this. I told you, using AI to put clothes on them pisses them off 1,000
Oh, okay, it's about triggering the liberals, right?
Yeah, this is not a liberal versus conservative thing, but then again, you're a leftist, you're not capable of understanding the other side. Or much of anything, frankly.
times more than vice versa. All the Me Too shit was humble bragging about how hot they are, and AI declothing is the same. They want to be sex objects, and the AI that does that is a kind of flattery.
No, they
Now, several
don't.
years ago,
Yes, they do. Why do you think OnlyFans exist? Why do you think women post these kind of pictures online? What are you, high?
They just want to be able... Listen, do you know how many fucking guys post shirtless pics of themselves all the time after they work out? Like, that's just a regular thing. But suddenly a woman does it, and you call it sexual. You say that it's sexualizing them. They're sexualizing themselves.
Yes, they are, actually. Secondly, guys doing it is cringe as well, but it's not the same thing. A man has more to offer than just sex appeal by virtue of being male. Again, not equal.
No, men sexualize themselves all the time. All the time. And they sexualize other men, by the way.
And that's kinda gay.
Why do these people not understand consent? Yeah, exactly. Well, they don't like the word consent. That's a dirty word for them.
Do you guys want to offer up an explanation for that one? Because I have no bloody clue how consent came into this conversation at all.
They're triggered by it.
ago, I would have said that's maybe a bit harsh, but now, you're looking at the thumbnails,
Definitely not a
OnlyFans,
conservative, by the
TikTok, and
way.
gym selfies. No, that's 100% accurate. Whereas AI that does the opposite is slut-shaming and makes them seethe like nothing else. AI tattoo removal
Slut
is
shaming! We're gonna do some slut shaming today, chat!
worse of all because it shows how much better
Show
they
those
look
sluts
before
what
ruining
for!
themselves.
Wiggles
Damn.
fingers.
Remember, this one wanted to debate me. Chaps, how on the money was I in my original assessment? I'm going for dead on here.
You know, I didn't even think about it that way, but there is something women do not seem to understand.
This is how I spend my time. Okay, dude.
Has anybody else noticed he hasn't actually critiqued or rebutted anything that I've said? He's just reacted to it like a 5-year-old. There is nothing going on upstairs at all.
about any of this, which is personal versus public consumption. You see,
Hold on.
damn. You know, I didn't even think about it that way, but there is something women do not seem to understand about any of this, which is personal versus public consumption.
What?
You see,
Listen to what I say before you what me, boy. I know your attention span is lower than that of a TikTok user, but come on, this is not rocket science. Actually, for you it might be.
when you objectify yourself in these manners, you become a publicly visible commodity. And there's also another saying, familiarity breeds
Commodity?
contempt. And at the end of the day,
No, they're
men
posting
want a
pictures
woman,
of
and they want a
themselves.
woman they can call their own. When they're surrounded by nothing but public commodity,
Also, I want to point out, this background, totally AI. Sorry, dude, it looks like shit. Why do you have books that have, like, sideways... Look at this. Sideways, like, marks on them. And Dubsy, zoom in on all this. Like, right here. Like, these aren't even books. They just look like torn up, shredded slop. It's just slop. The whole background is slop. Like, once you start to look closer, it's like, look, this one's not even a chair. Like, what's this on the table? Oh, is this a pot? Is it perhaps a small volcano model? Who's to say? The AI made it. The AI spit it out. I don't know. I don't know. They're so fucking obsessed with AI. Dude, if you love AI so much, go marry an AI girlfriend, which is probably what you're going to do anyway, because you can't get a bitch. Why do we care what someone wears? Misogyny, that's what. Because you can't get a bitch.
I do love hypocrisy, but sure, I'm the misogynist. Also, what the fuck just happened? Like, where the hell did that random spurt of rage just come from? Did an AI try and violate you or something? That was weird. We know it's AI. I think it's rather snazzy. I know it isn't perfect. Calm down, you cranky bastard. Who pissed in your Cheerios?
Guaranteed.
it becomes annoying because they still want the wholesome one. They want the personal model. They don't want the public one. If they're
Got a
surrounded by
Bioshock
nothing
background?
but
Yes, it is. That is the one true thing you've said so far.
the public commodity, it becomes demoralizing. They still want the public image.
Who cares?
But they want to be the only one to see it because it's more valuable if they get to be the only one who gets to
What?
see it.
Hold on. What?
Only want to see it. It becomes demoralizing. They still want the public image, but they want to be the only one to see it because it's more valuable if they get to be the only one who gets to see it.
What? So they want to... Huh? Does anybody understand what he's saying?
I find this legitimately fascinating. In all of my years doing YouTube, I've never seen a nitwitted mind in real time unable to grasp what I just said. Like, this is kind of surreal.
He's saying they want to post it up in public, but then they also want to be the only one who gets to see it? What? Chat, help me out. No idea? I'm not baked, it just actually doesn't make sense. Everyone look at me, but nobody look at me. Ah, yes! The classic contradiction of the female! The female! Dude, no wonder you don't have a bitch. Jesus.
At this point, I feel like I'm just beating a dead horse to glue here. He's a walking caricature though, isn't he? He doesn't understand something. Instant rage, just that moron. Okay, seeing as this is going over your head and your audience, much like everyone else, I will try to explain it for you really, really slowly, right? There's not even a contradiction there, but okay, you do you, rage boy. The point was, a woman's body is something of value. A woman who doesn't show it to every set of eyes looking in her direction shows she has class, she has self-respect. I know these concepts are completely foreign to you because your mind has no higher wiring than, oh my god, it's just a tits, bro, because you're basically a Kuma brain drunken peasant. But some of us aspire to higher ideals though. And the point was, a woman who shows her body off devalues it. It is publicly consumed through the eyes of the masses. It doesn't mean a monetary exchange has taken place. Men want the scantily clad model, but they want to be the only one to see it because being the only set of eyes that gets to see and experience it means the body has more value. If you can't understand this by now, it just means you're dumb.
This is why I could never understand the guys who share racy photos of women. It devalues your own labor.
Dude, I was so nice to this guy. I invited him into my space, dude.
I didn't want to be in your space, kid. And given how you've behaved at a video that isn't even aimed at anything you have said, I feel rather vindicated in rejecting your offer. It seems he doesn't handle rejection very well. Can you imagine if he actually watched my video that did critique his takes? Holy hell, he would spug out so badly.
I invited this loser into my space, and he's sitting here gargling about how pure he is, right?
First off, you're the loser watching my video, and you're subjecting your audience to it. Why? And secondly, when the hell did I say I'm pure?
About how modest he loves his whammon.
I mean, I like tomboys. I don't think they're very modest, but okay.
To be. When, like, no woman on earth would bang you, dude.
You want to bet on that? Secondly, this was supposed to be a critique of my positions. You couldn't even understand my points. You instead spugged out of the background and told me I couldn't get laid like a mindless fucking teenager. You don't have the mental caliber to even consume my content, let alone talk to me, you dim-witted wanker.
Also, I just want to point out these stairs are not very good stairs. You got like one, like, centimeter.
Why is he so focused on the background? Is it because he's so stupid that because he can't understand my positions, he has to talk about something to fill the dead air because he's got fuck all else to say?
Wide stair here, and I feel like that's not very good for stepping on.
And charisma. Why the hell would you want to do that?
Which leads into like a couch
Women
that's
don't
like not a couch.
design because they think the dollar signs is an accurate indicator of what males desire. No. Women haven't the faintest idea of what men want. None. They're utterly...
Oh yes, of course. That's yeah. I mean, that's why he doesn't have a girlfriend, of course. How much? What do you guys think? Is his model AI generated? It doesn't strike me as that. He may have actually paid for his little you know, his little dude, right? His little spoon Sona.
I mean, if you pulled up my profile at the start, if you could read it, it actually mentions someone drew them. A friend of mine did it for me. It's cool. Shows how much attention you pay.
Clueless. Ask a woman what a man wants. It's so far removed from reality because they only look at the revenue generated from the public images because that is what modernity has taught them to value. So when they see something like this, when they see the men wanting to see them dressed and wholesome, you can't put the clothes back on after everyone has seen them off. They've already been devalued.
Who cares? You can say the same thing about men. Men post pictures of themselves all the time in fucking bikini. Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Has anybody else noticed the trend? Every critique is just, but what about men? Like, he literally cannot understand that men and women are not equal. They are not the same. The very concept of that is frame-breaking to his tiny noggin.
They'll pull up pictures like this and say that this is manly, and that these people should be respected. Like, what the hell? Like, what is this not demoralizing? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that we were talking about, like, demoralizing scanty clothing, right?
Yeah, it's almost like men and women view the opposite sex differently. Again, frame-breaking concept.
Oh, it doesn't count when it's a man, does it? Doesn't count, right? Doesn't count because, you know, you're just a fucking misogynist once again.
Well, at least I don't call them bitches and use them as a measure of a man's worth. And between the two of us, I can guarantee you my behavior and tone will be appreciated by a woman of class far more than yours.
What the clothes really represent is a repair of a mistake that can't really be fixed. And that... yeah, that's...
I wouldn't fuck this dude if he was the last dude on Earth, I swear to God. I might. If he asked nicely.
is a repair of a mistake that can't really be fixed. And that... yeah, that's pretty brutal. Cheers for watching, and once again, I apologize for nothing.
Oh man, what? So edgy, bro. Oh, he apologized for nothing. Oh!
I want you to take a look at this. This is what wanted to debate me. By the way, how are you this triggered by Futurama quote? I just thought it's funny.
Oh, he's so cool. Oh!
Good God, this kid is cringe. How do you put this online with your face and think this is acceptable in any kind of civil society?
Never thought I'd see the day where we meme on women by dressing them up like ones with sense of self-respect. Dude, once again, you would never do this for a man. You would never do this for... maybe he just likes looking at men. You ever thought about that? Maybe he's just fucking gay. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine to be gay, man. I have no problems with that. My problem comes when you channel it into something like this. If you don't want to look at scantily clad women, just don't look at them. It's not that hard.
What an absolute fucking idiot. Cheers for watching, and once again, I apologize for nothing.